Yo, so a few days ago, I saw this girl put out a message. I think it was a girl put out this message saying that she wished she'd been born in a different generation, like a different time period, 20, 30, 40 years ago, whatever. And when I've seen most people talk about this message, they have it in the sense of like, oh, I love some rock band or some type of music. And back in the 90s or back in the 70s, it was so popular and I really like this niche of art. And I wish something stupid like that. But this girl was actually retarded, right? Because she was like, the world's so evil now. And because of inflation, because of gentrification, it's so hard to be successful. And I don't know, like people of color have it so rough, just some BS like that. And for some reason, her message, I don't know where, I think it was on Twitter, it just really upset me. I should not have been on Twitter and seen that. But so I was playing it over and over again in my mind. I was trying to be, present, mindful throughout the day, but I just couldn't stop thinking about that. That's because she was so utterly and completely wrong. If you have that same kind of mindset where you feel like the walls are closing in, you live in the US or Western country, inflation's getting higher, wages getting lower, things getting more expensive, it feels like the quality of life's going down. Realize that you're seeing things from the wrong point of view. I don't think it is ever in all of human history, and this is probably a very stupid statement to make, but I genuinely don't think it's ever been easier than now to become successful. And there's two main reasons for this. The first one is that the bar is so utterly low. If you go to some place which is a miscellaneous gathering of just random people, like rich, poor, successful, not successful, something like the post office or the DMV, you'll realize that most of these people, when you look around, are just complete and utter losers. And I don't want to be like some arrogant guy to say that, but just let's be honest, right? They all are just kind of losers, right? They don't get enough sleep. They don't work out. They probably have never even pushed themselves to failure, like their entire life, like in the gym or anything. They probably don't work out. I saw some stat like 20% of Americans work out, and of that 20%, the majority of that is just walking. So then you add up how much is the average amount of money they make and how do they actually get good sleep and all this stuff, and are they present, are they happy? And the bar is just so low. If you think about, like, obviously, I'm assuming you go to the gym, you're on self-improvement, you're living a good life. You have a very skewed view of how most people are. Because, I obviously go to the gym, I go to MMA practice. I'm surrounded by people who generally are more successful. And so that kind of makes me feel like I'm lesser than everyone else. Is like, they have their black belt in jiu-jitsu, they're way more muscle than me. But if you actually look at most average people and you do 5 basic things, if you just get 8 hours of sleep a night, you go to the gym, you work towards making more money, you don't have like any terrible habits like smoking cigarettes or like overdosing and drinking too much alcohol, and you're just looking to improve your life more or less, you're better than 95% of all people out there. 95, 97, 98%, whatever the case may be. It's extremely high. So if you just put in a little bit of work, if you just try to improve yourself in life, you're already beating everyone else. Like, I hate having this arrogant mindset, but I think it's important to just bring it up right now. Most people are losers. They're just on TikTok the whole day. They work their terrible job. They don't see any future for themselves. They're depressed. They're on like some antidepressants or whatever. Like, life's rough for them. And we can get the whole reasons why and all this stuff. That just is the reality for most people. If you think about how stupid, how unhappy, how ungrateful the average person is in, the United States, realize that half of the people, well, I said average, it's median. Someone's going to correct me in the comments. The median person, half of all people are even worse than that. So realize that, because I was in a rut for this past like 2 weeks. I was in a bit of a down spot, but I was someone just told me like, yeah, but you're better than almost everyone else. And like, you shouldn't have this sort of arrogant mindset, but I'm like, yeah, like I've come very far and I'm going to get out of this road. I'm going to go even farther. So realize that you're so much better than everyone else. You're beating everyone else just by putting a little bit of work into your life. That should be just mind-blowing. Now, the second part of this is the reason why is we live in a time where we have access to the internet. Internet is, pretty developed in most parts of the world. Everyone in the Western countries is like blazing fast 4G, but also in developing countries. Like I'm in Medellin, I'm in Colombia right now, and they have a stable infrastructure. Internet's supported everywhere. Every place has good Wi-Fi, enough to even like stream 4K and everything. So we're at this time where like most developing countries have access to the internet, and we're at a stage, a very unique stage right now, where globalization hasn't fully taken over. So basically, globalization now has basically made the entire world, in my opinion, just one big city. There's no longer different countries where they're rich and the poor. It's everyone's on one level playing field. Because Now someone could get, anyone in the whole world can get super cheap parts from China and also able to watch YouTube videos from someone in the United States. And because of that, it's changing everything. So now you have like people from who are, make American Western salaries moving to Costa Rica where they make 10 times what the locals make. People say, look at this gentrification, like they're moving in, they're just taking up their space, they're raising prices. But I'm like, no, the world is now globalized. You cannot complain about having all the benefits and luxuries of our modern world, of having, toilets shipped from China, of having, cheap like nails made and like things made for like 30, 40 cents abroad, but then also say, oh, it's not fair that people are coming and moving into our country and out earning us. No, we are all on one global playing field. But what's unique right now is not everyone has caught up to that yet. So if you're able to make, let's say you're a simple guy, right? You're in college right now and you just put a little bit of effort to making money online. And this might take you a year, but you make $800, $900, $2,000 online through some sort of online income. I know it might sound like crazy to you now, like making money online. I felt the same way when I was younger, but it's very doable because it's just a skill, like any skill you learn. Take YouTube, for example. It's just a skill comprising of 20 smaller skills. The skill of speaking well to a camera, being engaging, editing a video well, having good pacing, having a good thumbnail. How does the thumbnail correspond to the video? What video topics will do well? It's all the skills you can learn. It's the same way making money online is skills that you can learn. So right now, going back to our main topic, in our period of time, because we have this structure where developing countries have the internet and you can make money online, but they haven't caught up in terms of like we're way richer than the people in like third world countries. You can leverage that to your benefit. Right now I'm living in Medellin where I make easily over 10 times. There was a girl, a waitress who makes less than $1 per hour. Obviously she makes tips too. And compared to a US salary, you come here with a job that's working remote to make money online, you have so much more leverage. So if you're able to utilize the internet correctly, which you can do, it's like one of the best times to live in. I eat out every single day here in Medellin. I have, a nice apartment. This is a smaller one right now, but I got an apartment, everything I could want in life. And I'm still saving a couple grand every single month. Do you not see how unique this is? I guess if you're like a poor person, a third world country, then yeah, it might kind of suck, but not my problem. So if you're in, Western country or you're in like a developing country, but you see like a future for yourself, realize that the bar to be successful is low in your own country. And then if you take your success in your own country and then try living abroad in a third world country, like it's crazy how different life is. I want you to imagine right now, close your eyes. Actually, close your eyes and imagine this for a second. You're in New York and you imagine this really nice upscale condo, open floor plan, 1,500 square foot, all like the nicest amenities. It's nice, it's clean, it's got like gray tiled flooring, those floor to ceiling windows. In New York City, that would cost you $1 million. You can get that same thing for $80,000 in, Spain, Mexico. You can get a nice beachside condo in Mexico for less than $100K. There has never been, if you are able to utilize like the internet and globalization correctly, there has never been a better time than now to be living in, because you can become so utterly successful so easily. Literally, like, people went to war in previous generations. All you have to do is go to the gym, make some money online, stay in decent shape, take care of your mental health, and you're going to kill everyone around you. And then if you utilize that and you go to a third world country, you use leverage that way, you can go so much farther. So this idea, like, if you have this now, we're like, oh, it sucks because, the inflation's high and stuff like that. Like, all these things, I'm going to sound so arrogant saying this. I don't know if I should post this video. People are going to come at me. But all these things are just going to affect poor people. Like, people who are unable to just solve basic problems. And, call me elitist or whatever when I say that. But that's the reality of it. So if you just put in a little bit of work in, just a little bit of work into your life, the bar is right here. All you got to do is just 5 things. You improve your physical health, improve your mental health, and with that you get good sleep, you have a decent diet, you work on making some money online, you put in a little bit of effort into your life and you want to improve yourself. Just these basic things. You'll kill everyone else. And you use that same, and you use your advantages now and leverage that in a third world market. Like, it's absurd how far you can go. So I just want to get this little spiel out there because I can't stop thinking about what that girl said. Like, oh, like, nowadays, like the time to be alive, and I wish I was in the different generation or something stupid. Anyway, buy my premium Snapchat.